Hey, you guys. Okay, so polyatomic ions. Basically, poly means multiple, and then atoms means atomic means atoms. So there are multiple atoms that are chemically combined. And basically, ions is just like the positive and negative charges that are situated in the periodic table. But there's also certain common ions, and they're polyatomic cations and anions. So uh, most of them are gonna be anions. There's only like two cations that we will work on. But most of them are gonna be the non-metals, which are anions, which are the negative charges. Okay, so basically, I am gonna give you this chart, and you're gonna use it to help you name them or even write the formula. Okay, and then you also have the charges, so you can know that when you need to what you need to crisscross. Okay, so again, so polyatomic ions are ions that are composed of more than one type of ions, and basically the rules are is that basically the first one, like this one, the first one is usually the metal, and that one stays the same. So like for Li, that right here is basically just lithium. So that one just stays the way it looks in the periodic table. So that will write just lithium. And and the names of the polyatomic are provided. Again, these are like you could tell SO4. Look how it has one, two, and three. So usually the first one is just the metal alone. You'll be able to see if there are more than one polyatomic when these two hit right here. When you have NH4 or you have like four atoms, but like for this one, it will be three. So this last two will be the anion. Okay. So basically, so they do not change on this one, the name. So all you have to do is look for it in the list and basically write the way it looks. So for this one, it would be SO4. So SO4, it would be sulfate. So again, everything is priced that simple. So this one, you just get it from the periodic table, and then SO4, you look for it, and SO4 is right here, and it will be sulfate. Okay, for the next one. Now the next one, it's the opposite. You're giving the name, and this is the formula. So calcium in the periodic table will be Ca. So it will be Ca, and remember that when we're writing formulas, you have to write the charge so so you can know what you need to crisscross. So it would be Ca, calcium, okay, and then it would be a plus 2. Okay, and then hydroxide would be the polyatomic. So hydroxide, it would be OH, and you see how it's negative. That means it's -1. So it will be OH -1. Okay, so now we're not done yet. Now remember that these charges right here, they move, they crisscross, but you are no longer gonna use, once you crisscrosses, they basically they do not have any more of that charge. Okay, so it would be calcium, and they would have only one, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in green so you can know how it crisscrosses. That one went here. And then hydroxide. Now hydroxide, the whole thing, that's why it's polyatomic. Hydroxide is permanently together. They're like twins, they're twinsies. They're, well, not twinsies, but they're always going to be together. They're polyatomic, they're bonded together. You're not going to separate them. So that will be OH, and that I would have to write a parenthesis, and then you write down the 2 outside, because a 2 means two hydroxides. Okay, so in here again, this would be 1 calcium and then 2 hydroxides. Okay, so again, you just move the number. That's it. You just give it 2 hydroxide, the 1 goes to calcium. That's how many atoms there is, or how many polyatomic ions there is. Okay, so now on this one, this one's Mg means magnesium. Mg means magnesium. You just write it down just the way it looks in the periodic table. So that will be magnesium. And then NO3, that is just look for it in the periodic table. NO3 is right here, so it will be nitrate. So that is nitrate. Yes, that's simple, you guys. Okay, so now the last example is again name and formula. Okay, so this one's magnesium. So again, it's Mg, Mg, and this one has a charge of 2 plus. Okay, now carbonate is right here. So it would be CO3, 2 negative. CO3, 2 negative. So it would be CO3, 2 negative. Okay, so now you're going to do the crisscross, okay, of the charges. Okay, so magnesium will be have 2, right? And then carbonate, CO3. Now it comes with a group, so that group you always put a parenthesis so you won't get confused like that because it comes together. Now that one will also have a 2. Okay, now oops, I should have put this one a 2, and this one I should put it green so you guys can see how that 2 went over here. Automatically those charges are eliminated, so you don't have to put those charges on the bottom. Now this is 2 and 2. So if you have 2 of these, 2 of this, really remember it has to go in the lowest terms. So the lowest terms of 2 and 2 will be 1. So the lowest terms will be just, you would just put magnesium, and then it will be CO3, and that's it. You're done. Actually, you don't even have to put the parenthesis. Okay, so I'm just put it there so you guys could know. Okay, so basically that's it. Okay,